Welcome to the Eventful Life blog and TV series. This is Janelle here, and I'm so excited to bring this to you guys. I know most of you are wondering, well, what is this? Well, for those of my new viewers, and that means all of you, then let me just tell you a little bit about it. So basically, as most of you know, I've relocated to the Fort Wayne, Indiana area. And in doing so, I really wanted to get to know some of the fellow creatives, especially mompreneurs that are in the area. You guys know I have a heart for moms who are in business, women in business. And so I decided, what better way than to go find them and tell their story. So that's what the Eventful Life is all about. It's about telling the ups, the downs, the truth of what it's like to be a woman in business, particularly a mom in business, because there are a lot of challenges. While there's great rewards, there are a lot of challenges that come along with it. So my first victim today, I don't call her a victim, but honestly, does she really look like a victim? She looks amazing. So my first mompreneur that I'm featuring today, and who graciously actually decided to sit down with me and talk a little bit, was Grace Kelly. And she's the owner of Grace Kelly Baked Goods. Mm-hmm. And she's also partners with Junk Ditch. Am I saying that correctly?
Yeah, Junk Ditch.
Junk Ditch Brewery, which is where we are, brewing company, which is where we are right now.
We're at the bar.
Yes, I know, at the bar at like 12 o'clock in the afternoon, because I guess it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
That's right.
But honestly, guys, this is one of the hottest restaurants and places in town. I've only been here a couple months, and this is literally the place that everyone kept telling me to come to.
It is really fun.
Yes, yes. And the fact that she is doing all of this while raising two little ones, and we'll get into that in a minute, is absolutely amazing. So Grace, thank you so much for taking the time out.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
It's awesome to be a part of.
Yes,
so excited.
Well, I was so excited to get to you today. I couldn't sleep. I was like a little kid in a candy store. I was like, oh my God, oh my God.
Well, at least we'll feed you. We'll give you some sugar.
Yes,
keep you going.
In case you guys haven't seen what's back here, you see all of these pastries, which she actually makes these on a daily basis.
Every day.
Absolutely amazing. Okay, can we say carbs? Like carb lover here. Okay.
Yes.
But I'm gonna let Grace, I want you to tell me just a little bit about, like, how did you guys get started?
Yeah.
Like, what was kind of the motivation behind starting, you know, Grace Kelly Baked Goods as well as Junk Ditch?
So I moved away. I'm from Fort Wayne, but I moved to Chicago after to go to culinary school. And I had a degree in baking and pastry. I wanted to be a pastry chef. I wanted to work in restaurants as a pastry chef, do all the plated desserts that you see on Top Chef, and be...
Love Top Chef.
Oh, I'm obsessed. I mean, that really fueled my fire. But yeah, to be a part of that. So I stayed in Chicago. I was a pastry chef in Houston for a little bit. I did an internship in Hawaii. My husband,
Hawaii, guys.
Yeah, Maui.
Does that sound terrible or what?
It was the best. I loved it. Trying to get back there. Husband, if you're listening,
right.
Let's go back to Hawaii. But yeah, so we are originally from here, and we came back. My husband just had this feeling we were supposed to be back home, and our family's all here. So we really hooked up with our good friends, Andrew and Dan, who are the other owners, and we wanted to bring something special to the Fort Wayne area.
Yes.
We have all lived in other areas and thought, take what we learned from the bigger cities and to bring that into our own community, and really support our home, you know, bring it here and support the community. And in turn,
there's such a vibrant community here.
It's so
insane. What I've noticed.
Yeah, the murals downtown, the restaurants, we all really support each other.
Yeah.
With the other restaurants, we are just so excited for the future of the town and to see it evolve into a really cool city now than what it was when I was younger. And just to be a part of that change is really unique and fun and exciting, and kind of drives us to do what we do every day.
Absolutely.
And I mean, the support from the community we've had has been amazing, humbling, so surreal. I mean, couldn't have done any of this without everybody in Fort Wayne in the area. So
yeah, that's awesome. So how long have you guys been in business now?
So GK opened in 2015. I kind of started by accident.
Don't you love that? I love when we say, like, because I say that about, you know, about the events industry.
It just kind of like evolved.
It found me.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So this is going to sound terrible to say. I'm going to say it. I never wanted to own a bakery. I never wanted to be a baker. People call me a baker, and I'm offended. I'm like, I'm a pastry chef. Like,
I not call her a baker.
Yeah, it's terrible to say. I love bakers. But I just was always in that restaurant. I wanted to be tough. I wanted to do the rush of the busy times, to do all the intricate plated desserts. So when I moved back here, there really wasn't a job for me for plated desserts. So Andrew and Dan approached me and they said, make bread for us in our food truck. And I said, okay, I can do that. And I was actually bartending and serving at the time because, you know,
you gotta start
somewhere,
right?
Yeah.
Hey, that's a nugget, guys.
Yeah.
Gotta start somewhere.
Absolutely. And I started making the bread for them, and other people started to take notice, and they wanted our bread. And so started with our food truck, and then we ventured out to other restaurants. At one point, we had about 25 wholesale restaurants that we supplied every week. We were doing probably, I think we did over 32,000 pieces of bread in 1 month. That went out to restaurants. We started to do farmers markets, and that's really when we started to pick up. And
this is just in the course of like 3 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we went from me with a couple small KitchenAids to now having 3 giant mixers. I have a staff of 5 people, including delivery drivers, and it's been a whirlwind for sure.
You hear that, guys? So it shows that obviously there was a need, right?
Yeah.
Like she
and that's
basically
what I've got,
plugged in somewhere where there was a need.
And I think what's unique for us is I try not to be a typical bakery. So I'm not doing just cupcakes or I'm getting stuff from a mix. We're making everything from scratch. We're doing everything the technical way. Right. We're hand laminating, we're sheeting, we're doing all the stuff that we learned in the bigger cities just here.
And you can tell. I mean, look at this loaf of bread, guys, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
so this is our ciabatta, and this
made
is
with love.
Yeah, we do a 2-day process on this. So we let our pre-ferments get nice and acidic and develops all the flavors. We do our croissants back here. We do chocolate croissants, almond croissants, macaroons.
And let's talk about how while all of this growth was happening in your business, she also had some growth happening personally.
Yes.
So let's talk about that part.
Well, we opened Junk Ditch a week after my husband and I got married.
Oh.
So while I was planning this restaurant with my husband and our business partners and the bakery, I was also planning a wedding. And then,
which I know personally and professionally is no easy task.
It's crazy.
So
Yeah.
to you, girl.
Thanks. I mean, I don't know how I still have hair, but it's okay. But yeah, so then during this time we've had 2 babies. So
cute. And tell us how old they are.
Marco is going to be 2 in December. We're in October now, and Wiley's 6 months old. So I have 2 little boys. They are the light of my life. But
boy moms.
Yes, yeah, they are. They are busy.
But that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, being able to grow a family and grow a business simultaneously at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, guys, sometimes when we think about like what we're capable of, it's absolutely amazing when you think about it.
Been surprised at how much we can get done in a day.
And you probably didn't think that beforehand.
No.
Like that.
I mean, I think it's classic, like what every mom says. It's like, what did I do before I had kids? Right. But now I'm like, what did I really do before I had kids? Like, how did I do the business before and have this?
And do this.
And we have 2 dogs, which of course are, our other babies. So, yeah. But
so, I mean, that just goes to show you, like, you can definitely do things. But let's talk about, how were there things that helped you, like support systems?
Oh my gosh, yes.
To put routines in place. Like, what are some of the things that you feel like have helped you through those times?
Well, first of all, I have to give a shout out to my amazing husband.
Yay!
He's the best.
Shout out to the husband. Yes. Who are like super duper
so
super
supportive.
Yes.
So super dad. Yeah, he definitely dealt with me being pregnant and working crazy hours. So Lord knows I was not always the most
You were pregnant.
Sweetest
It's
person.
okay.
Yeah.
You get a pass.
Yeah.
When you're pregnant.
But since he comes from the same industry I do, he really understands that the hours it takes, the toll it takes on your body to stand on your feet for 12, 14 hours. So having 2 pregnancies back to back with that, he was awesome and very patient and supportive. Brought me lots of desserts and smoothies.
And yeah.
So he is definitely my number one support. Our mom.
And shout out to my hubby too.
Yeah,
because
right.
honestly, he's been there the whole entire time as I've run this business for 10 years, and it makes a difference.
Oh,
so,
totally.
Babe, thank you so much for all you do. The support does not go unnoticed.
Exactly. Our moms, we are blessed to have both of our moms live here. They are watching one baby today. They take turns watching, so that saves on daycare.
That family support, that family unit really makes a difference.
And last, I mean, like my staff and my other co-owners, they have always been so supportive about us with our families. If I needed to take some time because I was not feeling so great. Towards the end of my pregnancies, I had to stop working a little sooner. Like everybody just stepped up. My bakery manager, Casey, she really just like stepped in, filled the void. So I could have that time with, you know, being a new mom for the first time. Yes. I mean, I have a pack and play upstairs in the office.
I love
my kids sleep. I wear them on my back if I'm in the kitchen.
We gotta get a picture of the pack and play. Okay. That's what we moms do.
Yeah.
It's like we were just talking earlier that about how sometimes you have to bring the kids to work.
Oh yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
Because hey, you may not have mom there,
a babysitter that day,
right. But
and
business
get
still
called
goes
in
on.
last minute. You know, I have staff that will call off last minute, and I'm the one that's going to have to fill that void.
That's right. Well, Grace, tell us what's the biggest challenge you feel like being a mompreneur? And guys, you know me, I coined the phrase mompreneur,
which I love. I'm going to hashtag that.
Yes, absolutely, please do. But being a mompreneur, you know, what's the biggest challenge you feel like you can share a word of advice with our viewers on how you kind of you overcame that challenge being a mompreneur?
I think my biggest struggle, which I still have a hard time doing and practicing myself, is balancing everything. I have a hard time saying no to events, to work. I will always take more on, and sometimes I will sacrifice my own health for that. Where I will get sick. You know, I think I can do it all, and I think sometimes I have to realize I may need to slow down a little bit, take a nap, drink some water.
Self-care.
Self-care. Yeah, exactly. Pretty much, you know, 5 a.m. on a late start for me in the morning. I'm running until about 8 p.m. that night. Some days I come in at, 2, 3 in the morning. Other days I come in around 9. So it just kind of depends on the day. But I think just having a balance of being able to be at work and be at home and be a good mom and be fully present and not on my phone or checking emails or kind of having that time where it works work and home life's home. I mean, my son's carrying around my cell phone going, hello, mama, and rocking my other son. So
he's paying attention.
Yeah, sitting on the computer. I'm like, oh man, am I working too much? But other than that, I really feel like that's probably my biggest struggle is just trying to balance it all. And self-care.
Right, and self-care, which I think a lot of us mompreneurs, that is a constant, ongoing tweaking of sorts.
Make sure you eat meals.
And, eat at some point during the day.
Coffee is not the only thing I can have, which I'm realizing.
You mean coffee can't be a diet?
I know, that's what I keep saying. My doctor has other words, but
but it's true. You know, we definitely have to take care of ourselves, because when we take care of ourselves, then we're able to take care of everything else. You know? And I think that's one of the things that we always have to be mindful and remind ourselves of.
Absolutely.
Because we're just used to doing the reverse. We're used to taking care of everything else and then
taking care of everything else, everyone else, and then you're always on the back burner. So a glass of wine a night with a bath, whatever. That sounds great.
Yes, I know. Me and wine are friends.
Yes, me too, girl.
So that's awesome. I love that. And so tell me just one piece of advice about running a business as a mompreneur. You know, if somebody's out there and they're thinking about, I'd really love to start a business, but I'm so worried that it's going to take me away from my family,
Yeah.
my kids. Like, what's one piece of advice you would give them?
Well, I mean, myself, I'm coming from a single mom who also owned a business. So as I was telling you earlier, like, I never wanted to own a business because I remember going to my mom's hair salon and wiping up floors with towels because we clean floors on Sundays, and
that doesn't sound like fun.
Yeah, like folding towels. So I know the hard work it takes to do. I guess for me, it's like you really want to be passionate about what you're doing, which I think is a kind of cliche thing to say, but it's true. When I come to work, when I get in the kitchen, when I'm baking, when I'm making wedding cakes or birthday cakes for people, I truly, truly love what I do, and that makes being away from my babies good because I'm fulfilling that part of my life that I feel like I would miss if I wasn't.
Yes, that purpose.
I definitely feel like at the end of the day, like I fulfilled something for me, and I am also going to be a part of other people's lives and celebrations, and that's a really cool thing.
Yes.
So I think just, the passion behind it, the drive behind it.
So really make sure that it's something that you're passionate
about. Yeah, because if I was going to work to do something that I didn't love, I would have a harder time doing it.
Right.
But I love my job. I love coming to work. I love having this time for me to do something creative.
Right. And fulfill your purpose.
And fulfill my purpose.
It's like your value. I always say like the value when you're a mompreneur, the value of what you spend your time on goes up. Because you could be spending that time with your family. So you want to make sure that you're intentional with the things that you're doing.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. It's like, I love it.
We can finish each other.
I know. We're going to be best friends by the end of this. We'll go to wine. We'll go have appetizers, whatever.
Speaking of which, so I want to just, before we kind of close out, I do want to ask one last question because, this always comes up, guys, especially as an entrepreneur. We think about, even with the passion, sometimes fear creeps in and we think about, oh my gosh, there are 100 million people who do that. So why should I do that? Or how am I going to be successful at doing that? And I just want Grace to talk a little bit about, I'm sure there are other bakers in town. I'm sure there are other people who do breads, wonderful breads and pastries. But how were you able to kind of overcome that fear of, hey, I can still be unique at what I do, even though there are other people who do what I do.
I think what you said right there is huge, being unique. To find your own niche. I mean, for me, I knew I didn't want to be a bakery that just did cupcakes and cakes or pre-bought items or be something that's overly girly. I wanted to be kind of masculine in our branding, so everything's black and white. I wanted the product to speak for itself and to be the color and to be the textures and the vibrancy of our branding.
Which is amazing.
So I think just with what we do made us unique. I think with
the way we went about it.
I think we're fulfilling that void that wasn't here of like high-end pastries, and we're going to be opening a storefront soon. Hopefully we'll get building, so we're expanding, and that's something crazy too. Is we open this, and every year we've had more growth than the last, which is so exciting.
It's so exciting.
But definitely filling that void of someplace you can get a macaroon and a coffee and a baguette, or an almond croissant while you read, or chocolate croissants to go.
And notice, guys, she touched on branding. I think that's so huge. The fact that she understands who her brand speaks to, which is part of what makes them unique, because she didn't see that speaking to that audience when she came into the market. So always always think about who it is that you're making stuff for, or who your product or service is for.
And that's something, as being a business owner, that I've learned is like what you said, who's my target audience. And when it comes to branding, I mean, I designed the logos, I designed the t-shirts with graphic designers for both of these. I have my hands on every single aspect of this company, and I think that's also what kind of makes us successful. Is I'm a control freak when it comes to things, and I have a very specific design I wanted to see, and we have very specific standards that are important to our brand as GK Baked Goods, and that is we want the best. People are going to spend at premium for our products, but we want it to be the absolute best croissant you've ever had. We want it to have it be an enjoyable, rememberable experience for everybody, because we are a luxury item people don't need to spend $4 on a chocolate croissant. So we want to make sure that each experience is unique, each experience is perfect for the person that they're getting, because we definitely appreciate everybody that comes and supports us. So
that's so awesome. Well, guys, I hope you picked up some nuggets from this, from this conversation, because Grace really shared a lot with us, just about her journey, her story, and that's what the Eventful Life blog and TV series is all about. It's really about sharing real life stories of women in business who are out here just crushing it. And she is. You heard her say it for yourself. Every single year they've gone up in sales, they've generated more revenue, they're soon to be opening a store. So, make sure if you're in the Fort Wayne area, support. Do you guys have an online front at all?
So we do orders through our email. You can always email us at gkbakegoods@gmail.com.
At gmail.com. And you can even get some of the baked goods, even if you're not in the area. So.
And then also you can find us at the Fort Wayne Farmers Market every Saturday from 9 to 1.
Nice. And give them your website and your handles.
So it's gkbakegoods.com is our website, and we're GK Baked Goods on Instagram and Facebook. You can just put that at the end and you'll find us.
Awesome. Well, Grace, thank you so much.
Thank you. This is awesome.
Today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And just remember, it's an eventful life. And I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.
Thank you.